Thank you, Chelsea, very much for attempting a summary of 1.5 days of stimulating debate, exchange, a lot of food for thoughts and further inspiration. I do not wish to add my own conclusions to that, but will instead highlight the links between the debate at Foundation Forum 2013 and our work in the European Foundation, current and future. In the debate, we have several times mentioned the need for good examples. When searching for innovative solutions and intelligent reforms, we need to know what works, what has been tried and tested where, and what are the concrete results. Case study research has been the core business of Eurofound for many years. We are especially proud of a very recent example which shows how useful this type of research can be for concrete policy making. The Dutch government found great inspiration in our research on active inclusion of young people with disabilities or health problems. Our findings have concretely informed new legislation in this field in the Netherlands. In our new 4-year program, which had already been mentioned by our chair, we announced to go a step further. We will focus more on the concrete assessment of policies and evaluations for evidence-informed policies. We will for sure take into account what the Commissioner stated today. The upcoming social investment package will focus on issues of public services, accessibility, quality of services. We will do a lot in this respect. This year, 2013, we look at evaluations of childcare services in Europe. We will also examine how access to healthcare services has been impacted by the crisis. The evaluation of selected labor market reforms will start in 2014. I think the discussions during this Foundation Forum have highlighted another information need. As mentioned in several presentations, inequalities are on the rise. It is important to identify the most vulnerable groups in society. This is a precondition to develop targeted policies. This type of information can be provided from data collected to our Eurofound surveys. This year, we will use the European Quality of Life Survey to analyze specifically the situation of vulnerable families. Single-parent households, multi-generational households, and households where no one is employed. A bit too much of households, 3 times. Secondly, the European Working Conditions Survey will help us to create occupational profiles and to identify groups that suffer from multiple disadvantages. Additionally, I guess we should take into account what has been discussed today, the issue of possible benchmarking of social partners and social dialogue seems to be very nicely fitting in our 4-year program to do something completely out there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the time to give you a full overview of activities planned for 2013 and beyond. If you are interested in more detail, you can find all these programs also on our website. I know finally you all want to go for lunch, but it is important to mention that events like this, where our key stakeholders meet for a frank and future-oriented discussion, help us greatly to identify the knowledge gaps and information needs that we must address. This input, like the feedback we regularly receive, luckily, from our tripartite governance structure makes it possible for us to provide tailor-made input for better informed policies for a fair and competitive Europe. Thank you all for taking up the challenge, for sharing your vision and powers of imagination, for providing bold ideas and creative solutions. You have certainly provided to all of us an important stimulus for our work, and it is now up to us, to the intellectual capacity of our organization, to take this further. Thank you very much for that. Before I can let you go, please remember to give us your evaluation form. Your feedback matters very much to us to improve our performance. Drop the evaluation forms into the box upstairs, and everybody will receive a gift who really do that. So we have an incentive for you. Do it and feel free to give a really decent feedback to us. Two technicalities, as you know, the transfer to hotel and airport, you can ask at the desk how to manage that, and you are now invited for lunch at the same place like the last day. And for those of you interested, there's also a tour of Dublin Castle, and it's still possible to sign up for this tour. Thanks also, and I think that's worth an applause, to all our staff members involved in the preparation of the forum and the great deliverables they showed in the whole days in this forum. Thanks again very much. Have a safe trip and a nice weekend. See you again. Thank you.